Why she laugh so hard when I dance? Like I'm an old man or something? What is that? Y'all think I can dance? You on live? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-10. Let me see if I can get it right. 17 is the number.
What do we actually see it here? What's happening?
Well, isn't he Professor Positive?
Unlike Trump, everything's bad. There's doomsday. He's more in the Reagan-esque morning in America. Things are bad.
You gotta warn niggas next time.
In his bets, he doesn't really go out and say he's not pro-choice exactly. Although he did say, what did he say? That he would vote for anything they put
On the table, the Republicans. So he is not pro-choice. And he's one of these guys who, he's like Clarence Thomas, Black Republican who believes in pulling yourself by your bootstraps, rather than, to me, understanding the systemic racism that African Americans face in this country and other minorities. He doesn't get it, neither does Clarence.
Right.
And that's why they're Republicans.
Yeah.
So that was a comment by Joey Bear the other day on The View. And if you don't know who Joy Bear is, they said she was a comedian. I don't ever remember her being a comedian. I mean, the woman's like 70-something years old. I don't remember her ever being a comedian. But I digress. So it seems like Joy missed a few key important things when she decided to jump up on her TV show on ABC and pontificate. So this one is for Joy. My title is Who Died and Made You Black? So, number one, you are not a black man or a black woman or black period. So how dare you speak up and try to act as if you can say what's on your mind. Now, I know that's number one and number two. Joy Bear, you are not a black period, anything. So how dare you even speak about something you know nothing about? Now, I know you've heard that people say, hey, black people do it about white people too. And while that's true, the one thing I need you to understand is this. White people have had to live in two worlds all their life, unless they lived in a predominantly black everything. And even then, everything they see on TV, everything they try to emulate is white. So that's number one and two. Joy Bear is not a black man. Joy Bear is not a black woman. And you don't get to speak into the lives, number three, of black people. I don't know where you come off being this white female who thinks that you can just tell black people what's important to them and what's not because your politics drive who you are. People may not agree with Clarence Thomas. People that may not agree with Tim Scott, but they've been black all their life. You haven't. So how dare you speak up and say something to and about somebody and you don't know anything about it? Why? Because you've never, ever, ever experienced it. Number four, Joy, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You ain't black. So you have no idea and can make no assumptions about what black people go through and what black people live. And I'm going to tell you something. You might find this shocking. You ready? I know a lot of black people that live in suburbs that have a heck of a harder time, even though it's quiet and peaceful. And you're hanging out with North Shore Nancy. They have a heck of a harder time because they can't find themselves. Everywhere they go is white. And we pretend like that's not important, but it is. It's important to white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, Black people to be around their culture, to be comfortable in their culture. There's nothing wrong with that. I've said it before. I got friends. You should move to Port Washington. You should move to Cedarburg. I don't want to live around you. It's not you. It's where I want to live, around me. That's all. Don't take it personally. I also told the person, I don't want to get stared at. Well, they might be staring at you because you're handsome. That's stupid. Bottom line, you stare because what are you doing here? Oh, you're misinterpreting it. Is that the same person that calls the police? Interesting. Well, I have one thing for Joy. I don't need to say it long. I don't even have to use the whole segment. There's something I think Joy needs to understand, but the only way she'll understand it is I need her to answer just one more question. Since she seems to have all this information on everything and everybody else, on how we should act, and the only reason they're acting that, and part of what she was saying about us pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps, that's what our parents taught us. Your problem is you think we need white people to do anything. We can't do anything without white people. We can't get an education without white people. Who died and said that you are important? We can get a 4.0 grade point average. We can go to Harvard. We can go to Yale. We can go to Concordia. We can go to UWM. What makes you think we can't vote because we don't have an ID? We do. The assumptions you make about us insult us. But Joy, I just got a question for you, and it's a simple question. It's easy. Hopefully sometime this week you'll answer the question on The View. Maybe somebody will forward this to you because some of your comments are dumb. Not you, your comments. There are Black people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps. There are Black people who fought and struggled. You know what that's called? That's called hustle. Black people are not a broken down group of people that need white people's help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The older I get, the more I see we really do need to do it ourselves. But the question for you, Miss Bear, I just want to know one thing, and it's simple. I gotta ask, who died and made you Black?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, just press play. Your favorite award-winning 1017 The Truth shows are now streaming live on video. Watch us live on 1017 The Truth.
Just a heads up, we have Gruber today as well.
And of course, 1017thetruth.com. Just press play for the home.